Hello, students. I hope your day is going well. Well, we are now in week 3 of exploring the New Testament together. So, your week 3 assignments are now available for you. And this week's assignments are going to be the same as it has been in the previous first 2 weeks. You're going to have your unit quiz, your discussion, your reflection, and your essay question. So, same 4 assignments. Due dates will be the same this week as you have your discussion, this initial discussion post. Once again, will be due on Wednesday evening, and then your 2 follow-ups to your classmates will be due Friday evening, and then your unit quiz, your reflection, and your essay will all be due on Sunday evening. And again, all of those times are 11:59. So if you have any questions at all about your assignments for this week, please do reach out to me. I'll be continuing to grade your previous week's assignments and getting those back to you with feedback. So again, if you do have questions at all about your feedback, do reach out to me. I try to put as much feedback as I can in regards to your assignments, so ways that you can see on how you are doing well on your assignments, but ways that you can also improve on your assignments as well. So make sure that when you are getting your assignments back, that you're looking over the general feedback, but then also you'll have to go into the scoring rubric as well to be able to see any specific feedback that I have written on a specific section where you're being graded. But in saying that, as you got into your week 3 assignments for this week, you're going to see the 3 articles that you're going to be reading this week from the ESV are actually 3 different introductions to 3 of the Gospels. So you're going to be looking at the introduction of the Gospel of Matthew, Mark, and Luke. So those are going to be the 3 assigned articles that you're going to be reading out of the ESV this week. And then your scripture reading is going to be coming from actually the Gospel of Mark, or Gospel of Matthew, and the Gospel of Luke. And I believe I mentioned this last week, that anytime you start getting into the scripture reading, you want to make sure that you are reading the footnotes that are connected with the different verses and passages that you are reading, because those footnotes provide important information that will help you to better understand maybe a specific word that is in the verse you're reading, or just have a better understanding of the section or the of scripture that you're reading. So also it will take you to other books in the Bible, specifically when you're looking at the Gospels, so because some of the same events could be discussed in multiple Gospels. And so looking at the footnotes will help you with that again, because it'll give you a better overall understanding of the context of the verse, and then sometimes the section of scripture that you are reading. So just wanted to make sure that I mentioned that. There's also a video that's available, video resource on the parables that is available for you for this week. And then there are 4 supplemental articles. And again, those supplemental articles are not assigned reading, but they are supplemental articles that are available for you specifically to help with your discussion this week, because your discussion, this question is on the resurrection of Christ. So that's going to be the really the core of your the articles you're going to be reading this week, and then also the scripture that you're going to be reading for this week. Now, as you get into your assignments, as I mentioned earlier, your discussion is going to be looking at the importance of the resurrection of Christ, and primarily you're going to be reading Luke chapter 24, verses 1 through 12. And so you're going to be writing an initial discussion post about that, about the resurrection of Christ, the importance of that event, and then of course you're going to be following up with 2 of your classmates in responses to their initial post. Again, as I mentioned, please make sure that you are submitting those assignments on time. Information is laid out in your course syllabus, but then also even with your assignment instructions, I will have a note basically on there, so that you can see that if your assignments are not submitted on time, that points will be deducted. Typically, if your initial post is 1 day late, it's going to be a 2-point deduction, and it will continue to increase each day that the assignment is late. If your initial discussion or if your initial responses to your classmates are late, then it's 1 day late per each response. So basically, if both of your responses to your classmates are 1 day late, then it'll be a 2-point deduction, and it will continue on out with the number of days that your assignments are late. So just wanted to go over that and make sure that's clear, so that you're not losing any points because your assignments are submitted late. So that is going to be the focus of your discussion this week, looking at the resurrection of Christ. Your reflection is actually going to be looking at the Lord's Prayer, which is found in Matthew chapter 6. So you're going to be looking at the Lord's Prayer, and you'll notice that in the Lord's Prayer, Jesus gives kind of 6 different petitions. And you're going to be looking at those petitions that are being laid out there, and you're going to be answering those specific questions there, focusing on the 6 petitions that Jesus gave. So make sure that you are fulfilling your requirements for that. You'll see the list that's outlined there, the word requirement that needs to be there. And again, your reflection needs to be at least 200 words in length. And if it does not meet 200 words, then again, points will be deducted from your assignment for not fulfilling the word requirement. So please make sure you're doing that, that you are fulfilling your word requirement, and then also that you are fulfilling all of the requirements that you need to have, not only answering your questions, but you're fulfilling those other requirements listed there for your reflection. As you get into your essay this week, your essay is going to be looking at the 3 Gospels, kind of the 3 synoptic Gospels, what we call those, which would be Matthew, Mark, and Luke. And you're going to kind of write a paragraph about each one of those on the unique emphasis and characteristics of the synoptic Gospels. And then you're going to write a 4th paragraph explaining basically why you're thankful that the Holy Spirit inspired the 4 Gospels in regards to the life of Christ. I mean, we could have just had 1 Gospel, but God gave us 4, and seeing how those 4 kind of interact together. So the first 3 paragraphs are going to be focused specifically on those 3 individual books, writing one about the uniqueness of Matthew, one about the uniqueness of Luke, one about the uniqueness of Mark, and then the last one is kind of overall looking at all 4 of those Gospels and why it was important that God, through the Holy Spirit, gave us 4 Gospels and used 4 different human authors to be able to provide those for us. Again, as I mentioned, the word requirement for your essay is going to be at least 400 words. And again, if it doesn't meet that requirement, then points will be deducted off of your essay. And again, make sure that you are just fulfilling all of those requirements, that you are using a header as you're opening your paper, that you're double spacing, that you're indenting the paragraphs according to APA font, that you are indenting each one of those paragraphs throughout your paper, that you are double spacing, that you are citing your sources, and that you're properly submitting those either as a Word document or as a PDF. So just things that you can do to make sure that you're not losing any points just for not following an assignment instruction. So just wanted to make sure that I clarify that. And again, if you have questions at all about any of the requirements that are in your assignments, as you're going through and looking over the scoring rubric, as you're being graded, if you have a question about that, please reach out to me with those questions. Again, if I need to get an additional communication to you, I will either post another video or just send out an announcement. But with that, I do hope that each of you have a wonderful rest of your day, and look forward to connecting with you again soon.